Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to use the myWeichert platform to send emails to a target market area. And again, this system can be used to send emails to a bunch of people all at once. Probably the most common way that we'll be using this is after we do step one, which is to import the leads out of Cole and into myWeichert to create your neighborhood farming area. To then go ahead and start your campaign of sending emails on a weekly or bi-weekly basis in order to start getting more leads and more people to work with, right? So again, we're in the myWeichert system. I'll go to the home page just so you can kind of remember what it looks like. Oh, I'm on the home page. And what we want to do is go over here to the right. And this little airplane will be marketing. If we click on all marketing, what we can do is we can do one of our marketing tools, right? And so what we want to do is we want to create what's called a scheduled mass email. So I'm going to click here and go to get started. And you can see here a bunch of the different ones that I've sent out over time, but you might not have any there. It doesn't matter. We're going to go click on this green button here in the top right that says schedule email. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up basically what looks like an email template, right? And what this allows us to do is schedule an email either to go out today, tomorrow, sometime in the future, right? And the easy thing about this is that you can put together, 5 emails all at once and send them to the same people in succession by scheduling them in advance, right? So the first thing we have to do over here where it says send email to is we have to decide who we want this email to go to. And again, when you imported your zip codes from Cole Realty into myWeichert, you should have assigned it a hashtag of the zip code that the contacts came from, right? So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here on the left where it says contacts with hashtag, and I'm going to put in the ones that I had, right? And mine was 11231, right? That was the zip code that I put into the system when I imported all those people who live there in Brooklyn. It's kind of like Red Hook, Carroll Gardens area. Scope should default be to you, but if for some reason it's not, you can do it. Again, since I'm an admin, I can have it send to the whole office. I can send it to whoever, but you want your name to show up there. And the next thing is you get to pick when you want to send it, right? So, let's say we're sending a Thanksgiving email. Well, maybe we want to send it on Thanksgiving, right? At 9 a.m. So you can basically create these for any time in the future, right? So let's say I want to make a campaign and I want to send it every Tuesday. I could pick the 30th for the first one, then I could pick the 7th for another email that I'm creating and stuff like that. So it's nice because you have control and you can do things. So I'm just going to do the 30th, so that we have that up there. And the next thing that you have to do is decide on if you're going to create the email yourself, or if you want to use one of the templates that's already created, right? And the MTSs have created a number of different templates. If you go here under templates and type in MTS, there's a bunch of different things in here, right? So if you have a listing with a price reduction, and again, the Midtown office is still showing up in here, but everyone's going to do under Soho. If you have an open house, right? And if I click on one of these, oops, click it. Open house, Soho. What it's going to do is it's automatically going to populate some information that the MTS put together, right? And again, if you don't like this and you want to change it, right? This says you're invited open house. Let's say I don't like that. I just want to get rid of it. I can edit it here, right? Because this is dynamic. I'm just going to go back and let's do it again. Let's say we're prospecting for seller leads, right? So again, we'll pick that and the template's going to come up. And again, the templates are made to be something so you can do this very easily, right? And again, if you don't like any of this, you can change it. Again, this is talking about the increase in home prices over the course of the last 16 years, basically. We have the highest home prices since 2005. And again, what it's going to do is it's going to auto-populate with whatever's in that template, right? And so this one says, know someone thinking about selling, the time is now. Again, let's say you just want to say, now is the time to sell your home. right? You can do whatever you want. And there's going to be a field here that says MLS ID for merge tag. So some of these templates are specific to an open house, a listing, or something like that. And again, I'm going to close out of here for a second just to show you where we can find that number. If I go to my listings here, or company listings, and again, I went to the left, I went to this little house, company listings, right? So these are the current company listings that are available, right? There's a number of different apartments available in different locations from different agents. Again, if I go under me, I'm going to change the filter to just be my listings. I'm going to apply it, right? And so I have this rental here at 144 East 37th Street. And here on the right, it's going to have an MLS ID, right? So if I cut and paste this, I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard. I'm going to go back into marketing where I was before. Make a mass email and scheduled email. I want to put in that same hashtag. Again, I didn't save this, so I just have to kind of go back in. I'm just going to randomly put something. MTS. Let's say it's a new listing, right? And again, just listed, amazing studio in Murray Hill. And if I click on the MLS ID and put that in, right, it's going to find the listing. And what that's going to do is it's going to pre-populate certain things that are in these brackets, right? So listing image, listing property type, see how these are all in these brackets? It means that it's automatically going to pre-populate that. And again, all of my information should pre-populate here as well. So let's say I want to preview this. And the preview doesn't, I'm going to send a test. Preview doesn't show it, but it should send me a test. Go to my Gmail. And I can show you kind of what that email is going to look like. And again, oops, did not come up yet. Sometimes it takes a minute to do that. But anyways, I'll go back and we'll check that again. So let's just say you don't have a listing. You don't want to do any of this. Let's get rid of the template. Oops, let's clear all this. And so what you can also do in here is you can just send an email, right? You can just send an email to all those hashtagged people that you have in the system, right? And again, I have this for, I don't want this today, I want this in the future. 4 p.m. Again, you can change this, let's say noon. So let's just say I want to send an email, right? And again, as an agent who's starting these campaigns, probably the best thing you can do is introduce yourself, right? So again, let's say I live in Red Hook, right? Hello, neighbor. Just wanted to take a minute, introduce myself. Jason Bauer. Oops, associate broker. For properties in NYC. I've lived in Red Hook for the past 5 years. And again, this is not true, but 5 years, and am a neighborhood specialist. I help buyers and sellers take advantage of the market, and also help renters find their dream apartment. I'm here to help you get to your home ownership goals and have an amazing team of mortgage specialists, attorneys, and even contractors. Process. Let me know how I can help you. And again, please feel free to visit my website Oops, I'm not doing well. I'm typing today. To check out everything currently available in C. Jason. And again, everyone has their own email, or sorry, their own web address. So it should be your first name hyphen last name .weichert.com. Best. Right. And again, the first email is just introducing yourself. This is a pretty bad one. And again, I can help you if you want to put one together. I can help you edit it. I can help you figure out what to do. Again, maybe you want to put a picture of Red Hook in there. Maybe you want to put a picture of yourself. You just click on here to do that. And all you have to do is go down here to schedule. Oops, it's going to ask for a topic. Red Hook is filming. And again, the system will tell you if you forgot anything. So I'm going to hit schedule, right? And then when it saves it, right, I have this scheduled for 11:30. My filter is that 11231, that zip code that I have in there. And it's going to send this on the 30th at whatever time I scheduled, I think it was noon, to 4,378 people, right? And again, this is a great way to introduce yourself to your neighbors or to the neighborhood where you want to work. For anyone who has listings, your first email can be like, hey, I've got this amazing 1-bedroom for sale, or hey, I've got this amazing studio for rent. If you're working with buyers, it could be, I'm working with, amazing qualified buyers who are looking for a home in your neighborhood. If you or anyone you know is looking to sell, I'd love to hear about it because there's nothing on the market that works for my clients, right? I always say the first email should really be an introductory email. I'm just telling a little bit about yourself, again, linking to your website. Maybe the second one is you're looking for a listing, or you're looking for a buyer for a listing that you have. Maybe the third one is a market update, right? You can pull some brief comps and information from OLR or from Urban Digs, if it's in Manhattan or Brooklyn. And maybe the next one is just, some great buys on the market, right? Whatever you do, it's an easy way to do this, right? And as you saw, it only took me about a minute to put together an email, right? You can be as complex or as simple as you want to be. Again, if you have listings, you can send them to people. If you don't have listings and you need a listing, you can ask for it. You can introduce yourself, right? It's really unlimited as to what's going to happen. And again, at this time, the system will basically spit out the email to those people. And you'll see a lot of people are going to unsubscribe, right? And that's totally fine. If people don't want to get the emails, they can unsubscribe to it. And you can always archive those leads in your system if you want to kind of double check that unsubscription, right? And again, you will get dozens, if not hundreds of people who unsubscribe. You'll probably get 1 or 2 people say, where the F did you get my contact information? Take me off this list. And you respond back, not a problem, I'll take you off. What this does is it helps you get your name out, right? And think about this. Of these 4,378 people, if one person responds, it's worth my time, right? If one person says, hey, I'm actually thinking about renting, it's worth my time. And this is getting me in front of 4,378 people that I don't know right now. And again, some of them will play around with your website, right? That's why I always recommend including the link to your website. Again, everyone has a custom website from KV Corn, from myWeichert. It should feed with all of the MLS listings that you're a part of. If you're on Rebney, it should feed with the Rebney listings. If not, reach out to Annabelle. She can help link it. If you're on LIBOR, it'll feed with the LIBOR listings. If you're on Cybor, it'll feed with the Cybor listings. If you're on, in New York and New Jersey, it will feed with all of those, right? So you can have your entire market covered with the MLSs that you're a part of. And again, I'm just going to go back in here and edit this just so you can kind of see what the email looks like. I'm going to again, I can schedule this. I can change the template. I can do different things, but again, it makes it really easy for me to create this. So I'm not going to save it. I don't want this to go out, so I'm actually going to delete this. But see what a powerful tool this is, right? So again, you introducing yourself is probably the first email that you should send. And I want to remind you, right? When we send these, we want to send about 5 of them over the course of 5 weeks, right? So 1 a week. Some people have luck when they send 1 kind of informational and 1 about open houses. So maybe on Tuesday you send 1, and then on Thursday you send one. Again, this is customized and customizable for whatever you want to do and whoever you want to work out with, right? And if you're in real estate, you must at least have one person that you know that's looking to buy or sell something, right? Or a tenant looking for an apartment. We all have someone looking for something. And so even reaching out to that neighborhood where they want to buy and being kind of vague, my buyer, Julie, is looking for a home in your neighborhood. If you have any interest in selling, please let me know, right? And in that email, I wouldn't say she's looking for a studio up to $600,000 with a doorman, right? I would just be very broad. Kim is looking for an apartment, right? If you or anyone you know is looking to sell, or if you or anyone you know is looking to rent, we need more properties on the market. So the other thing that we can do is we can kind of craft emails for that market area to let people know generally what's on the market, right? One option is if you have a listing there, you can send it out. The other one is that if you don't have anything yourself on the market or don't have anything in the office that you want to send out to them, what you can do is you can just do a very quick search in OLR and find some things that you feel like are good deals, right? So again, let's say we're looking, let's say Christine, right? Christine, you want to target Murray Hill because you've done a lot of rentals there. So let's say we go into Murray Hill, we want to look at sale apartments, and we're just going to check on Murray Hill. And we're going to do just a quick search in OLR from 1 to 1 million. And let's find out the cheapest apartment with outdoor space, right? Let's see if there are any. We got 16, right? That's not bad. Again, professional space, you probably want to skip that. Really high maintenance, 2-bedroom. Here we go. Let's look at this one. So look at the photos. So this is a pretty nice apartment. We've got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $945 with a huge outdoor space, right? With actually really good views too. Okay, it's a walk up. Okay, the maintenance is, reasonable. Maybe we don't want to send this one, but let's go and find the least expensive, right? If we scroll down, 7 East 35th Street. So the photos. No, this barely has an outdoor space. So again, I'm just going to kind of look through here. Let's look at the floor plan. Okay, this one has a 7x14 terrace. That's pretty good, right? 244 Madison. Look at this, $499,000 for 1-bedroom, pretty big 1-bedroom. Yes, it's dark, but who cares? Or it looks dark from this photo. I think it's a little bit dark. But again, what we can do is we can just send an email to the people who live in Murray Hill, right? Here we go, 10016. And just say, if you thought about buying, there's some great options available on the market. There's actually a 1-bedroom for under $500,000 with a large terrace. If you're interested in taking advantage of this market, reach out to me. Here's my website, right? That's it. We don't have to put any pictures. We don't have to put anything else. We just want to tell people who might be interested in purchasing what's on the market. Again, we can do the same thing, right? Let's just go back. Let's find out what the cheapest townhouse for sale is, right? Search, listings, Manhattan, buildings for sale. I'm going to pick Murray Hill. Let's do from 1 to 5 million and hope there is one. That's 500,000, 5 million. And do search. 2, right? Here you go. 4.3 million for a townhouse on 37th Street. Right, so townhouse, 4.3 million. Looks like there's multiple units in it. So again, all you have to do is send a quick email. Hey, if you thought about buying a townhouse, there's actually some great options for under $4.5 million. Let me know how I can help you take advantage of the market, right? And again, this is you guys kind of doing prospecting, right? It's kind of going through as many people as you can to find the gold, right? It's kind of, again, prospecting comes from the term. You got to sift through a lot of dirt to find gold. Again, we have to reach out to a lot of people to then get a couple people to work with, right? And so these emails are a really, really easy way for you to start expanding your network. And my suggestion is start with the zip code where you live or where you really focus your business and send these out. And again, don't get discouraged by the fact that you'll probably won't get a response to the first email that you send at all, right? Maybe some people will click on your website. The great thing is if you put your website in and they click on it, it kind of links back to you. But again, it's just a way for you to start expanding your network and the people that you could work with. what I can tell you from our experience is that if you do a great campaign of these, right, if you send one a week for 5 or 6 weeks, you will start getting some results. And I'll use the example again. Christine Farku, she did this in the East Village, and she's closed about $3.8 million in sales through sending this out, right? Through people that she didn't know her, weren't in her database, anything like that, weren't friends of friends, from sending out these mass emails. They do work. It does take some time, but again, as you saw, it's a pretty quick process to actually put the email together and build it and to send it out. So again, to me, the best thing about this system is that these are leads that you personally are generating, right? There's no 37.5% referral to relocation. There's no 37.5% referral to the lead network. There's nothing like that, right? And so this is a great way for you to start building your network and your brand by getting your name out there in the market more. Again, you can create custom templates. Annabelle, Liesel, or one of the virtual MTSs can help you put these together. The video I did last week shows you how to pull the zip codes and put them into your system. But again, you saw how very little time it took me to put together an email. And again, it's super simple. The one thing that I want to just point out and to make sure that you do is, again, if you're sending out your website, you want to make sure that you have your website done and it's linked to the MLS. If you haven't done the Quick Start Success Plan, that's right here on the, and again, I went back to the homepage of myWeichert. Make sure you've done this before you start kind of doing it. Again, you can send out emails without having done it, but it's better if it links back to your website. The other thing is that, and again, mine is not correct right now because this is my corporate one, but you want to make sure that this email address is a Gmail account, right? I think all of you guys should have a Gmail account for business. What you want to do is you want to change your profile, and I'll go in here. And again, this has these email addresses. I want to change this to my, it says don't use Yahoo or Gmail. I want my emails to come from, I'm just gonna put my personal email in here and save it. And this means that they won't go to spam as often, right? If you use your Weichert email, they often go to spam, not to say they always will. So again, that's one of the reasons that we want to have a Gmail account for sending all of these emails through the system. Once they're in there, you can respond from your Weichert account. That's not a problem. Again, you guys should all have a Gmail account. I would just use the Gmail for both myself. So again, your MLS ID should go in here. You do need to sign the Trestle agreement to get it to link to OLR, but that will mean that your website will have all of the REBNY listings on there. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording. And happy to answer any questions that you guys might have.